Hello, you guys. Welcome back. It's Katrina from Astrolotta.com. Today, we are going to be doing your weekly love forecast. So we go through all things if this is your first time here. I have kind of a marker up here. If you're watching the replay, you can kind of use that. If your timestamp is not below, you can use that to kind of fast forward and find your sign. But what we're going to be doing is going over each sign and just kind of telling you what's going on in love. I do have a collective reading to start you guys off, but I also want to say if you guys would like a personal reading from me at any point, you can see the link for that down in the description box. Hi, Megan. You can see the link for that down in the description box. You can do a 15-minute or 30-minute consultation with me where where we'll go over anything that you want. So you have the option to ask a question or focus on a certain area of your life, and you kind of dictate that, and I go from that. The only thing that I don't do is in regards to medical situations. So I can't tell you if you have cancer. I can't tell you if you're going to go in remission from your cancer or anything like that. Those things really should be referred to a doctor. But anything else in your life that you would like to know about, I can kind of speak to you about that. I also don't confirm pregnancies. That would be something that you'd want to go to a doctor for as well. So just throwing that out there because I get a lot of those questions. But let's go ahead and get started with your collective. Before I start, can you guys just tell me if you can see me and hear me? I forgot to turn that light on, but it looks like it's a little brighter today. So just let me know if you need more light before we get all the way started. Hi, Megan. Hi, DTT. You're welcome. Am a Pisces really facing very tough challenges in life? Please adjust. Absolutely. We will talk about Pisces. We're only talking about love today. But if you want to talk about something else, you can get a personal reading from me. And also there are some other lovely ladies on here that do kind of more general readings. So you can look at theirs if you are not ready to get a personal reading, but would like to know a little bit more about the other areas of your life, okay? Yes, loud and clear, thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Yes, dear, please revert. I'm not sure what that means. Can see you just fine. That top looks really good on you. Thank you, Megan. Okay, so the collective reading that we have for this week, we got the Two of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the King of Pentacles. So what I got from this is that I feel like for all of us, there's a need for all of us to kind of adjust our thinking in regards to relationships. I think that we're all transitioning into, and honestly, if this is your first time watching, or if you don't remember the readings that we've had in the past, going back and looking at the past couple of weeks, at least just the collective part of the reading will help you kind of tie this together because it's all kind of flowing together. But we're being asked to really look at our expectations, our standards, what we're willing to give in relationships, and also what it is that we're looking to receive in our love life. So we've been kind of doing all of this contemplation. This week, we're continuing to do that, really looking at what it is that we feel like we need from a partner for everything to be completely equal, for us to feel that we're in an equal partnership, or whatever equal means for you, whatever. Some people prefer some kind of imbalance. So if that's you, then that's your equal. But whatever it is that you look for in a relationship, whatever your ideals are, we're getting more messages this week in regards to what that means for us. But I also got a sense here because we have the Queen of Cups, and then we have the King of Pentacles. And if you are in a same-sex relationship, you can just switch the genders. The genders really do not matter here. But it's almost as though we have a king and we have a queen. So they're on the same level, but they're working with different things here, right? One of them is very focused on the material, focused on material abundance, kind of that side of the world. And the other is very emotional, focused on emotions, focused on mastering that area of their life, while the other has been mastering a different area of their life. So it's almost to say how, and even if you're in a relationship now, how do I find the perfect dynamic with my partner, my current partner, the next partner that I have, contemplating past partnerships and seeing, okay, what was the reason why we weren't equal here? What's the reason things didn't work out? I feel like there are lots of messages of, surrounding those themes that are coming in for you guys this week, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start with Aries. Hi, Patricia. Welcome. This is her first time here. finding a balance between those two energies, exactly. Okay. Spirit, what's going on for Aries in love for this week? What's going on for Aries in love for this week? Okay. We've got the Three of Cups, the Seven of Swords, Judgment, and the Knight of Cups. And then the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. Okay, so it seems that the imbalance that you guys are trying to balance out in your love life currently is in regards to how you guys handle social situations, how your partner handles social situations, how you keep the friendship alive in your partnership, how you and your partner keep the fun going when, if you're in a longer term partnership or something like that, how you guys kind of keep things brand new and fun and exciting. I almost feel as though for those of you that are in couples, there may be a situation this week where one person is looking back and missing the times that they were able to go out more with their friends or able to have more fun, or whatever this means. It doesn't mean for everyone fun is not going out with friends. For some people, fun is sitting in the house by themselves. So maybe that's what they miss. But whatever fun was for them, it's almost as though you or your partner is missing this week. And I almost feel as though because this kind of this incense smoke always chokes me, only on you guys' videos when I do these for Lotta. It almost seems as though because this person gets this heavy hit of nostalgia, they just kind of go to the, make a huge turn and they're like, oh, you know what? I miss my friends. I'm going to go out with my friends every night this week. Or I miss my my alone time. I'm going to run off and go be alone and not answer my phone for the whole week, or something along those lines, where it's like this person kind of sneaks off and just does it without maybe communicating with their partner, without trying to explain how they're feeling, or even really thinking through how they're feeling and trying to find a balance. They just go completely to the other end here. I feel like through that process, that person gets a chance to decide, okay, do I want the old? I know I'm missing this old thing. Do I want to go back there? You have the Ace of Wands underneath. So it's almost as though it's like, do I want to go back and take advantage of that opportunity again? Or do I want to move forward with the opportunity that I'm in, which is my current relationship? And it doesn't have to be that cut and dry. It doesn't have to mean like you either hang out with your friends or you stay in your relationship, right? Because there's always balance. But I almost feel as though there's a need for a decision to happen of which one might be more important, or which one takes priority, or even how you figure out how to balance the both. If it's only your decision, if it's you and your partner's decision. For those of you that are single, this might be a contemplation of wondering if you even want to get into a relationship at all. I'm feeling like some people are just like, maybe I just want to stay single and play the field a little bit. Maybe I just want to have fun and enjoy myself. Some of you are also coming to a place where you are realizing that maybe as you're contemplating past situations here, you're realizing that you have new insight and new opportunity now that you know more. So it's kind of like, if I knew better, I'd do better. Now you know better, and you've contemplated and said, oh, the reason why, this relationship didn't work out was because I accepted less than I deserved, or I didn't keep my boundaries set, or whatever the case may be. So now you're saying, okay, so now going into my next situation, now that I've contemplated the past, and going into the next situation, I'm going to make sure this person admires me and treats me well. I'm going to make sure I have a good friendship with this person before I get into this. But there's some kind of decision being made here for you guys in regards to how you balance this, or how you move to the other side of the spectrum, depending on kind of which one of these is more important for you. Okay, so let's move on to Taurus. Rashmi, you're welcome. Ira, I don't take questions for these. But on Tuesdays at the same time, noon Eastern Standard Time to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Lada's Facebook channel, I do answer free tarot questions over there on that during that time period. So if you wanted to ask a question and you're not ready to book a personal reading, you can always go over there. I don't get to everyone. There's usually like 600 comments, so there's no way that I could do everyone, but I try to get to as many people as I can. So it's a shot. Okay. All right, Taurus. Spirit, what's going on for Taurus in love this week? What's going on for Taurus in love this week? Taurus in love this week. Okay, Taurus. We have the Two of Cups, the Emperor, the World, the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Right underneath that, we have the Six of Pentacles, okay? So for those of you that are single Tauruses, I feel like you guys may be meeting an Aries this week. It could be any fire sign, but I'm really getting an Aries that you guys might be meeting this week and entering into some kind of relationship with, or entering into a contemplation period for a relationship for some of you guys. For some of you also, it could be that you're ending a relationship here with the Emperor before the World. You could be ending a relationship here that you had with an Aries and getting into something with a new fire sign here. This could also mean for those of you that are in relationships that there's some aspect of your relationship where your partner has had some kind of control over you, or they've been domineering over you in some way. Maybe they're this King of Pentacles and they have more money than you. So, sometimes there are situations where, especially in our society, because there's such a importance put on financial stability and security, that oftentimes in relationships, if one person is making significantly more, they feel as though their value is more than the other partner. So that could be something coming for you guys. But I really feel as though, sorry, I don't even think I finished the statement. For those of you that are in relationships, if you had a partner that was feeling dominating or controlling over you in some way, that could be ending. And I almost feel as though it ends because I feel that either you or someone else brings up to them like, hey, it's not really fair that you're treating your partner this way because they make less money or whatever the case may be. And they instead turn to, they redirect that energy towards helping you kind of get onto their level or to achieve your financial goals, or to get, and this again can be vice versa, or to get to the level that the other partner is desiring so that things can be more equal rather than taking advantage of the imbalance here. You guys are finding great appreciation for what it is that you have this week, and whatever you are doing in love, you're finding a more equal partnership here. So again, for those of you that are in couples, this could be you and your partner finding a better balance for whoever has more of whatever. For those of you that are single, again, this could be leaving someone that was domineering over you, or leaving someone in Aries for some of you guys, moving on from that relationship and moving into something where someone is more. So these energies might look, just thinking about a person that would embody these energies, it might look very similar on the outside. The difference is the Emperor, and this isn't always the case, but in this reading that we're doing here, the Emperor likes to have control over the person. They feel as though everything is in their possession. They feel as though they have to be in control of everything, that everything has to kind of run based on their timing, their standards, all of these things. The King of Wands looks and says, okay, I have this authority and power. How can I use it to help others rather than domineering over others? How can I use what I have to help others, to build other people up, to build my partner up, but also how can I make sure that I'm using my power in the correct way? So I think that's what's coming for you guys for this week, Taurus. Let's go ahead and move on to Gemini. Okay. Spirit, what's going on for Gemini for this week in love? What's going on for Gemini this week in love? Gemini, we have all major arcana cards here. We have Justice, the Hierophant, Judgment, the Moon. We have Wheel of Fortune. And under that, we have the 10 of Swords. Okay. So Gemini. So I feel that there's some kind of rectification that's coming to you guys in regards to your love life. If this is you, if this is in relation to you with a past partner, I almost feel like some legal situations are being solved. Child custody, or what is that called? Child support, or divorce settlements happening, or maybe property settlements happening with a partner, or anything, any kind of lawsuit that you've had with a partner being resolved here. And I think this is being resolved in your favor. I almost feel as though you guys have been, especially those of you that are single, actually any of you really, even if you're in a relationship, I almost feel as though you guys have been kind of tethered to your past in some way, because you've had these legal issues or this kind of situation with this person that you've been waiting to go to be rectified. One second. So I feel like during this week, whatever it is that you're dealing with is being settled, and it's giving you the opportunity finally to move forward. I feel like it's kind of almost like grace is being shown on you, and your angels are like, okay, that's it. Like this chapter's done, and you have the option to move forward in a new way. But again, this is an option to move forward in a new way. I almost feel as though for some of you, it's going to be over, and then you have this temptation to self-sabotage and go back and restart something with this person, even though you've waited so long for this legal settlement to happen or for this situation to be over in some way. I'm going to look at a few clarifiers here. I'm not going to hold them up, but just to get a few more messages for you guys, because I feel like something else needs to come out here. Okay, for some of you, there's a need for you to file for some kind of settlement. I feel as though some of you have been wronged by a partner or a past partner, and you are hesitant to press charges, or hesitant to take legal action, or to move forward with legal action in some way. For some of you, this might be something that's abusive, either physically abusive or psychologically abusive this person is towards you, and you're having this kind of issue of, do I leave? Do I stay? What do I do? I think towards the end of the week, something comes up and it makes it where it's impossible for you guys to even ignore this anymore. So I feel as though it's something that you've been trying to give this person the benefit of the doubt in some way. You've been trying to avoid the situation or to manage things on your own without getting maybe legal teams or courts involved. And I think at the end of the week, you're kind of realizing here, like, it's not going to happen. Like, I have to take action here, or else I'm going to be kind of in this mode forever. You've exhausted all of your other options that you had. It's time now where, like, you have to take legal action. You can't do anything else on your own. Like, on your own, you've gone as far as you can go with this situation here. For those of you that are single, this may be an opportunity where, like I said, you're getting rid of something from the past and someone else comes up almost as like a test to say, like, are you really done with dealing with this kind of person? Because here's another person that's just like that. And you have to kind of trust your intuition and make the right decision to not fall for the same red flags that you missed the last time or the same red flags that you made excuses for the last time. Okay? So let's move on to Cancer. Can you please tell when I'll find my twin flame in Pisces Sun? And so I'm not doing questions here today. If you would like to ask questions based on your personal situation, you can visit, you can get a personal reading with me at the description down in the link, or you can go to Lada's Facebook channel on Tuesdays from noon Eastern Standard Time to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we can do that there. Another thing I'll say is you said Pisces, I think you said Pisces, Capricorn, Aquarius. So that also may come up when we get down to your signs, but we're going to go in order here. I don't think I told you guys in the beginning, these videos are always for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus sign, since we're talking about love, okay? Spirit, what's going on for Cancer and what's going on for Cancer and love this week? Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Empress, the Five of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and that's actually what flipped over earlier that I put back in the deck, and the Two of Cups again. We had that in our collective reading. If you're just hopping on, I did a collective reading in the beginning that you guys may want to watch afterwards. Like, you may want to go back and rewind and watch that part as well. So for Cancer this week, some of you guys are dealing with, again, leaving an old situation behind for good. There is some kind of internal pull to see if you can go back to, I almost am hearing like go back to what you settled for before, or if you want to kind of move forward and leave that alone. For some of you guys, it's just because you are holding on to the security and stability of what you had before, holding on to what feels safe, what feels comfortable, what feels familiar for you. I feel like you guys are also, for those of you that are in couples, there may be arguments this week in regards to finances. I almost feel like someone is feeling as though they have to guard their finances from the other, or someone's feeling as though the other is only in it for finances, or feeling like that their partnership is holding them back from being able to make more finances in some way. So maybe holding you back from being able to work more or go, maybe move overseas for a job or something along those lines. Something that would increase your income is being held back by your partner. I do think that for a lot of you guys that are in relationships, there's a need for your relationship dynamic to change this week in regards to where you guys seek comfort in the relationship. So maybe you guys are unloading too much emotional baggage onto your partner. Maybe you are too comfortable doing certain things with or around your partner that they've already told you that they're not okay with, and that needs to change. And again, these can always be vice versa. But I feel as though someone is finally realizing that they can no longer like let whatever this thing is slide. And they're kind of taking a stance this week to say, okay, listen, this is my stance. I'm sticking to it. What are you going to do? I'm not willing to accept kind of the disregard for my feelings and boundaries anymore. I also feel like some of you guys may be getting to a place in your relationship where things are moving. Things are moving quicker, and you feel as though you're just having like this internal panic moment where you're not sure if this person is really the right one. And there's a need to kind of contemplate and analyze that this week. And I think at the end of the week, you do find out that for those of you that part resonates, I do feel that you find out that you're on the right track with your partner. Okay, so let's move on to Leo. DTT, you're welcome. Twin flames are rare and don't usually last. Better off with a high-level soulmate. Twins are pain. For some people, it's worth it. For some people, it's not. That's just a personal opinion, really. Okay. Drop that mess like a hot rock. All right. Spirit, what's going on for Leo in love this week? What's going on for Leo in love this week? Okay, we've got the Six of Cups, the World, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and bottom of the deck we have Temperance. Underneath of that we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so for someone, I think that the fun has gotten out of your relationship. If you are in a relationship, I think that there may have been a situation where you guys are not seeing eye to eye. You guys are not on the same page. You guys are not enjoying your relationship anymore because someone has reached a point where they have this stability, this security, and it's making the other person feel, making them feel inferior. There's a need for you guys to find balance in your relationship in regards to power, and how each person exerts their power, but also how each person finds their power within the relationship. So this person who's making less money, or has less job flexibility, less time, something like that, they are feeling as though they're less than because of it. And it's kind of their responsibility to figure out, okay, where do I hold the power in this relationship? Where do I find my sense of power outside of those things? And why am I feeling powerless? Is it something that my partner is doing, or is it just my inner insecurities? Or is this, them making money a trigger for me because I have limiting beliefs that I'm holding on to surrounding money? All of those things, okay? For those of you that are single, this could be a person from your past coming back around. And again, the same dynamics. I think this person maybe let you feel inferior before. But I almost feel as though it wasn't their doing. I feel like, again, it's because of your own insecurities, or again, vice versa. You're the person who has more, and because of their own insecurities, they feel inferior to you. I feel as though the person who is feeling inferior here really just has to, it's something that they're going to have to figure out within themselves. There's a need for them to find their own confidence and their own power this week. For those of you that are the one that feels inferior, I'm getting that some of you guys might just decide that it's not worth it, and you can't, at this time, you don't have what you need to get past it. So you're needing to just move past the whole situation and move forward into something else, okay? Let's move on to Virgo. Preet, we are going to go in order. So Pisces will be towards the end. If you don't want to wait, this will be up on Lana's channel permanently after I'm done, so you can always come back. Usually the video is 45 minutes to an hour and a half, so you can always come back in like an hour and see if Pisces is up yet or if we're closer to your sign. But also, this is for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, so I'm sure that you have some placements that are, I'm sure you have some placements that are not Pisces as well, okay? Spirit, can you tell me what's going on with Virgo and love this week? What's going on in love for Virgo this week? Okay, we have the Hermit, the World, the Four of Swords, Death, and then we have at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords, and we also have the Strength card, okay? Lots of contemplation happening for you guys at the beginning of the week here. I think you guys are realizing throughout this week that there are some hard decisions that you have to make regarding what you need to, who or what you need to stay away from in regards to love. This could even be habits that you need to stay away from in regards to love. So maybe your partner is a smoker, and I know the birds over here are so loud. Maybe your partner is a smoker and you quit smoking 5 years ago, and this new partner has you like starting smoking again, and you're realizing, okay, I need to stay away from that because that's not a habit that I want to have anymore, something along those lines. You're realizing you have to, there are things that you have currently in your love life that are not things that you want. You have to kind of tame those beasts yourself and make the hard decision to stay away from it. For some of you, this will be a person. For some of you, this will be just a dynamic of your relationship. If you're single, this could also be characteristics of partners that you're choosing, or again, dating habits that you have. Maybe you've been trying to just casually date people, and now you're realizing, okay, this doesn't really work for me. Or maybe you've been trying to be monogamous and you're realizing, okay, this doesn't really work for me. Whatever the case is for you. There's a need for you guys to put yourself first here. So I think you guys are realizing this is a very Virgo thing. You guys never put yourselves first, or at least you don't like to. You like to do everything for everyone else. And that's kind of you guys' way of putting yourself first. But I feel like you are finding a way to outwardly more expressively put yourself first, and put really not even towards, not even in a way of like, I'm putting myself first, so I'm not going to, give you money when I need to pay my bills first. It's more so on an internal level. So saying, these are the values and standards that I have for my life. Like, I think this is more, again, around habits, hobbies, thought patterns. Even for some of you guys, you've gotten into a relationship with someone who's very negative, or someone who just speaks very negatively of themselves, of you, of other people. They have gossiping habits for some of you, and you're like, hey, that's not really me, so I'm not going to partake in that for you anymore. I think some of the illusions around you guys as partners, or around the people that you've been dating or considering dating, kind of breaks down this week as you realize that the things that you've admired in them, or the things that drew you to them, are not even really things that align with who you are. Okay? Let's move on to Libra. Steven. Oh no, Steven, I was talking to Preet, who was asking me to do Pisces, which I will. It'll just be a little bit later. Glad that resonates for you guys. Can you guys hear that airplane? Let me know. No worries, Steven. Let me know if you can hear it. I know last week I had a fan on and people were like halfway through, someone was like, that fan's really loud. And I was like, I wish you guys would have told me. I would have turned it off a long time ago. Sometimes people can hear the planes in my videos and sometimes you can't. And I can't tell. So let me know if you can or not. Okay. Spirit, what's going on in love for Libra for this week? What's going on in love for Libra this week? I can hear, but it's not loud. Okay, I'm going to leave the window open then. If it gets loud, just let me know. I'm always hot, so I like to have some kind of air circulation, so that's why we have the fan, we have the window. But, if it gets obnoxious, then I will close it. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and then bottom of the deck we have the Four of Cups. Underneath of that we have the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So Ace of Cups, we know new love coming in for those of you that are single, or even possibly someone trying to come in if you are in a relationship here. I think this is something that you guys are really going to want to work on. I think that you guys immediately see some potential in this person and you're like, yeah, this could actually be a really good idea here. I feel like I'd be happy with this person. Let me work on trying to build something with them. The thing is, you may be getting multiple offers and some of them are not what you want, okay? So make sure that, if this is what your vision is, you're looking for this kind of something that's stable and secure, something where you feel grounded in a relationship, you feel like you guys are the epitome of whatever that means for you. Make sure that that is what you're picking and not kind of the random other stuff down here, or the random person that comes through and says they want to date you, but then they take no initiative, or they're flaky, or whatever the case may be. For those of you that are in a relationship, this could be just a new realization that you want to do so. You want to build the security and stability in your relationship, so you're changing patterns and habits. I almost feel like for you guys, going back to the collective, when we had the Queen of Cups, the King of Pentacles, I feel like there is, whichever one of these you represent, you may be trying to move over to your partner side of the situation. So if you are the Queen of Cups, you may be saying, okay, I'm dating. And again, genders don't matter, you guys. So if you are in a same-sex relationship, just, change it. Say that you are embodying the Queen of Cups and you're saying, okay, let me move over to the Pentacle side of things. Let me try to get on their frequency, get into the same energy as them, so we can have something in common, so we can be on the same page, so that we can have this framework. And I think also they're doing that for you. I feel like there's very reciprocal energy here for those of you that are in partnerships, but I do feel that for those of you that are in partnerships with the Four of Cups here, it may take some trial and error. So the Queen of Cups is really good at managing and handling her emotions. Those are what Cups are. She's not that great at making money. So maybe the first couple of times she tries, it doesn't work out, or vice versa. Maybe for the King of Cups, if that's who you embody, maybe you're really good at making money and you're really good at kind of the material world and you're not that great at expressing your emotions. It's probably going to take a couple of times of you trying to do it before you finally get your foot out of your mouth and are able to express yourself in healthy, positive ways. So that's what I see for you guys, okay? Looking really good for you guys that are single, though. Just make sure that you're not settling. Make sure that you have a clear vision of what it is that you want and that you're going for that, okay? All right, we are on Scorpio. Lets you know what was covered and not covered yet. Yes, it does. Thank you, Stephen. On Libra, I believe. Yes, we were. Please, what are we listening for? Sun, moon, rising, or moon? Debbie, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. You can look at all of those. Some weeks, one or the other will resonate. It just depends on which energy you're embodying more that week. Sometimes all of them will resonate. And maybe you'll have a week where none of them resonate, because these are general readings, but those are the ones that you want to look at, okay? Spirit, what's going on in love for Scorpio for this week? Love for Scorpio for this week. I just got a nice little energy boost doing the Libra video. I think it's going to be a really good week for you guys. I think you guys are going to be really motivated to make whatever it is that you want in your relationships happen. You're welcome, Debbie. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords, the Six of Cups, and then the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups followed by the Nine of Wands, okay? So I think there is a decision for a lot of you guys this week. For those of you that are single-ish, like kind of dating someone, I'm seeing that there's someone, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, that, or just someone that has like a water stellium or someone that embodies water energy well. I almost feel like this person is very charming. They're very fun. They're like very exciting, but they're not really what you're looking for in a long-term partnership. And you're having to make that decision this week and realize that, okay, like this, you know, this really fun energy is great, but I'm really looking towards finding this, the person that's going to bring me this long-term stability and security. I'm focusing on finding that in my life. So I kind of have to protect myself against this Knight of Cups and say like, okay, you know, this was fun, but no, and move forward. You have the three of Wands right under that, and then right under that you have the King of Swords, which is your match. For those of you that are in relationships, it may be coming to a time in your relationship where you guys realize like, okay, we need to make things a little bit more serious. Maybe you need to become official with this person, or it's time for you guys to solidify your relationship more in some way, however that would be for your whatever relationship level that you're at. There's a need for you guys to do that. I feel like someone has been avoiding doing so. I feel like someone has been avoiding doing so just because they don't, I almost feel as though they don't care, or they don't, they're not that interested in moving forward. They're like, we're fine where we are now. Whereas the other person's like, no, I actually need to feel this security. I need to feel the stability. I'm the King of Pentacles. Like being in the cups is not enough for me. Having fun and having, being nice and flirty and whatever is not enough for me. I need to know, like, we're building a home together. We have this relationship together. We are moving towards something together. So I feel like the person who feels that way is going to speak up this week and have to make the decision of, okay, I need to tell them this, and based on their reaction, we can move from there. But you're showing up as the Queen of Swords here, so I don't think you're budging. Okay. So let's move on to Sagittarius. How accurate. Thank you, Shawnee. I'm glad it resonated for you. I need to start going back and looking at these for my own self. I never do that, but because I can't remember what I say really while I'm in the reading. So I need to go back and look for myself. Okay. Sagittarius. Spirit, what's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus this week in love? What's going on for Sagittarius this week in love? Okay, Sagittarius. The bottom of your deck, we have the... I'm huffing and puffing like that because I'm a Sagittarius. It's not that bad. We have the Ten of Wands in the Tower at the bottom of the deck. But we have the Eight of Wands and the Emperor right after that. So don't panic. We have Justice. We have the Two of Cups. We have Death, and we have the World. And Megan, I am a Libra moon, and that is probably why I felt so strongly about the Libra reading. When I'm doing readings, I completely forget like that anything even applies to me, but I didn't even realize that applied to me until now. But yes, I am a Libra. Okay, so Sagittarius. You guys may be ending things with a Libra this week. You guys may you guys may be realizing that this situation with a Libra is more work than it's worth, and deciding to just kind of cut it off here with Death and the World back to back, and then we have the Tower at the bottom. For those of you that are single, this could be letting go of a Libra that's in your past. Letting go of anyone that's in your past. It doesn't have to be a Libra. That's just a little tidbit for you guys, but it doesn't have to be. It won't be for all of us. Letting go of someone from your past. I think you guys, if you are single or in a relationship, there's a lot of coming to terms here with a situation that was very stressful for you in the past. This is from the bottom of the deck. So this situation where you felt overburdened, you felt like you were the only one that cared, you felt like you were the only one who was contributing, the only one that was participating, or you didn't receive what it was that you were giving out. You're getting kind of some balance to that this week, and I think you guys are realizing, just coming to terms with it. If there was any trauma associated, I think that's coming down for you. I almost feel as though you guys were dwelling on someone for a very long time, and you're finally getting to the point where you can breathe, or you can think about that person without crying or getting pissed off or having a extreme reaction, which that's kind of when you know that you're moving past it. That's happening for you guys this week. I feel as though there is really a lot of so this week we have Mars conjunct the North Node, and then opposite of that with the South Node we have Pluto and Saturn for a long time. So I almost feel as though the karma, what am I trying to say? Karmic relationships that you guys have had are karmic relationships that you guys have had. You're coming to terms with what has happened in karmic relationships that you guys have dealt with already in this lifetime, so that you guys can move forward. I do think like in next week or the week after that, we're going to see huge forward movement for you guys with the Eight of Wands and the Empress here. We'll be moving into newer things. But I think, again, like I was telling you guys in the beginning, that for all of us, we're reconciling and really thinking about what happened to us in the past, coming to terms with that, so that we can then craft what we want in the future, or how we're going to deal with our present relationships. That's really all that you guys are embodying, because there was some stuff that you guys went through before that really needed to be worked through, and that's coming up for you this week, okay? Capricorn. Like a balance between self-worth and power struggles. Those, for anyone that's watching, I'll just say Megan's correct with that, but it depends on the zodiac that you're using. So the house placements of where these things are happening will vary for you, depending on if you are looking at Sagittarius for your tropical signs or Sagittarius for your sidereal signs. Okay. Okay. Capricorn. Spirit, what's going on for Capricorn in love for this week? What's going on in Capricorn? For Capricorn in love for this week. Okay, we have the Fool and the Star at the bottom of the deck. No worries, Megan. I just wanted to, you're right with what you said. I just wanted to make sure no one got confused. We have the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups. We have the Four of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so Capricorn, some of you guys are realizing that you have gone as far as you can go. You've done all that you can do to create the ideal situation that you've been wanting to create with your partner. This is singles and couples, to be honest, with your partner, with your dating life, whatever the case may be. You guys have tried and tried and tried and tried and thought and planned and organized and all of these things and tried to manage the situation so that you can get this. And I don't think that it has happened. I think you're being asked this week to analyze if the effort that you're putting in is worth, if the effort that you're putting in is worth, what am I trying to say? You're being asked to analyze if the ideal of what you're going for, there we go, is worth the effort that you're putting in here. So I almost feel as though what it is that you're desiring really doesn't even have anything to do with you. I think you guys might be trying to, especially if you are in a partnership, you guys may be trying to meet the ideal of your partner. So your partner has said, hey, I want this certain type of lifestyle. Hey, I want to live like this. I want this type of relationship. And you've gone to the extreme to make this happen. And now you're realizing, maybe some of you guys have gotten it, but I'm getting for a lot of you haven't gotten it. And now you're realizing like, oh, this isn't even what I want in the first place. Like, even if I do get this, or even if I have gotten this isn't what I want. I'm not very satisfied here. I almost feel like you guys are fighting an uphill battle, because when you get to you're fighting an uphill battle to begin with. And then when you get to the top, you're going to realize that there was no one fighting with you, first of all. And also, you don't even want to be on this mountain. So you guys may be realizing, I don't think there's any action taken towards it, to be honest, this week. But I think you guys are maybe realizing that you need to go for a different ideal, go for a different person, go for a different goal here. You guys are definitely, there's just a realization that what you've been going for is not what you want in love. So for singles, this could be the people that you've been going for are not what you want. Yeah, you guys are going to be doing some soul searching this week for clarifiers. We got the High Priestess and the Hierophant here. You guys are not, you guys are just realizing that you're carrying someone else's burdens. You're working so hard to meet someone else's ideal, and it's not what you want. For some of you guys, this doesn't even have to be about your partner. This could be that you're trying to make something work because of pressure on parents, or pressure from your parents, or pressure from societal standards. Maybe you're 35 and you're like, well, this is the age where I'm supposed to be getting married, right? So maybe I just have to stay in this relationship and make things work. And you're realizing like, no, that's not even how I want to live my life. So let's do something else. Okay. So let's move on and do Aquarius. Pisces will be read last. Yes, I'm sorry. Pisces will be last. Please do Capricorn, move on. That was Capricorn. I mean something towards one. I don't know what you're saying there. Aquarius. Okay. Spirit, what's going on in love for Aquarius for this week? What's going on in love for Aquarius for this week? What's going on for Aquarius? Okay, Aquarius. So one thing I'll say, we had the Two of Cups in the beginning of, this is for everyone. We had the Two of Cups in the beginning. Oh, you're agreeing. Okay. We had the Two of Cups in the beginning of the collective reading, the first card that we had for the collective reading. And we have the Two of Cups popping up in almost every single sign that we've done. So what I'll say for you guys is this moving forward in love, we're not going to be able to be in partnerships anymore that don't embody this Two of Cups energy. So relationships that are built on lies, that are built on facades, or that are not together for the right reasons, or anything like that. So, and I almost feel as though we haven't had the Lovers pop up not once. And that's the other card that really there are some other cards that signify love, but as far as two people showing up in a card signifying a relationship or love in some way, the Lovers and the Two of Cups are it. We haven't had the Lovers pop up not once, nor have I seen it when I'm shuffling. And I feel like it's because where we have looked, we're being asked to really refine our ideals. Aquarius, I'm sorry, I'm going to get to you guys in a second, but I have to say this. Let me pull these out before I lose them. These are you guys' bottom of the deck cards. We're being asked to, instead of building relationships on the falsehoods of what we've had, or the conditioning that has been placed on us by society of what we want. So thinking that we want someone who's rich, someone who's pretty, someone who's handsome, someone who's tall, someone who's the same ethnicity as us, or anything like that, where it's like these things are kind of course it's the last card. These things are kind of a result of conditioning in a lot of ways, and a lot of times that we've been through. Instead of focusing on building relationships out of that, we're focusing on building relationships that with people that we have true soul connections with, people that can truly see our souls, our who we are inwardly rather than outwardly. So I wanted to show you guys the Lovers, and then I want to show you the Devil. So the cards look very similar. The only difference really is that in the Lovers, the two are kind of being guided together. It looks like the angel is kind of like pushing them together, right? They're naked. They're completely exposed here. And this looks really pleasant, right? The imagery of the cards, the colors, everything's bright. Everything looks pretty. This looks happy, right? This does not look happy. This looks like codependency, being trapped, feeling stuck, right? They're chained to each other, and the Devil's in the middle of their relationship here. So this often turns to this. This rarely turns back to this. So it's almost as though if this has turned into this for you, and you feel as though now you're in a relationship where there's codependency, there's abuse, there's even if it's not abuse towards you, your partner has substance abuse problems or shopping abuse problems, or addictions, or they abuse themselves even. There's some kind of misalignment here, and you feel as though this has moved to this. I think you're being asked to really move to not to move. I don't want to encourage anyone to break up with their partner ever, because you got to figure that on your own. But I feel as though you're being asked to really reflect on what this means for you, and what it means for you to be in a partnership where you are connected but not exposed in this way. So to me, this looks like being with someone who knows how to push your buttons, being with someone who oversteps your boundaries. There are no boundaries here. You're completely open and exposed. And I don't mean walls by boundaries. So boundaries are, you should have boundaries with yourself, with everyone, always. This is more so, this is having boundaries, right? They have clothes on, but they're still connected. They're still, if you're, well, we won't get into all that because that's going to be a long talk, but you guys should look up the imagery of this here in the middle of the Two of Cups card, or just look up the imagery of the card in general, look up Kundalini energy and all of these things. But we can't go into all that because we'll be here all day. But I just wanted to show you guys this. I'm going to get off this tangent. I just wanted to point that out. And if you guys are interested in that or you care, you guys can look into that deeper on your own. Okay. Aquarius, sorry for that derailment in the middle of your reading. We have the Seven of Cups, the Emperor, Two of Cups, of course. We have the Fool. The bottom of the deck, you had the Ten of Cups, the Six of Cups, and then you had the Nine of Pentacles right underneath of that. So Aquarius, I feel like you guys are getting rid of a lot of the delusions that you had, beliefs that you had surrounding power dynamics in relationships, what it means to be in a relationship, and how that reflects really tangibly day to day, how that is reflected when it comes to how you exert your power over your partner, what you feel, what kind of power you think you have over your partner, possession over your partner, what you feel that a partnership means in regards to how you relate to this person. So whether you own this person, whether this person belongs to you, or whether this is a person that you guys are both choosing to show up and meet each other in the middle every time, every day, every second. Or if this is like, oh, that's my person, let me make sure I'm controlling them. Let me make sure I have them in check. Let me make sure they have me in check, or whatever the case is. There's some analyzing of that this week. And new beginnings in regards to that this week. This could go both ways. So you may realize that your partner is exerting that power and control over you, or you may realize that you're doing that to your partner. I almost feel like there is a constant temptation here for you guys to overstep boundaries in some way. And I think it's just because you really like this person. And for singles, I think this could be in regards to your old relationships, or even people that you're currently casually dating. I think that you may realize that you've been looking for your ideal of a relationship and saying, wow, my dream partnership would mean this, your dream partnership would mean that I always know where this person is. They never leave any location without calling me, or stuff like that. And it's like, I feel like you guys are analyzing what that means. For those of you that are single, you might be realizing in past relationships where you felt like someone's actions meant they really love you, didn't mean that at all. It meant that they were trying to control you. Abuse, any kind of abuse, mental, emotional, financial, physical abuse. Any kind of abuse never is an act of love. So realizing that some of you guys are doing that this week, and being able to move forward in relationships in a healthier way because of that. Because that's what you guys are trying to find. We're all trying to find happiness in relationships, right? All of these cards are like, we want to have the most ideal relationship life or family life, if that's something that you look forward to. We want to be in a situation where our relationship is not constantly reinforcing the trauma that was exerted on us in childhood, and is helping us move past the trauma that we experienced in childhood. We want to be in a relationship where we feel like we're appreciated and the person appreciates us, but none of that means control. None of that means domination of your partner, okay? Let's move on to Aquarius. Last but not least, Preet, you better be here. You've been asking me for Pisces for an hour now. I hope you're still here. And I hope that resonated for you, Aquarius. I feel like I got off on a little tangent there, but it seems like Miss Julio Jones and Shawnee agreed and appreciated it, so. Moving on to Pisces. Look at that. I don't even think Preet is here. Spirit, what's going on for Pisces in love this week? Pisces in love for this week. Ooh, Pisces, we have the Tower, Strength, and the Empress at the bottom of your deck. Underneath of that, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And there's another major arcana card under that, but I can't see it, and I'm not going to flip it because we'll be pulling cards from the bottom all day. Your spread, we have the Ten of Pentacles, Judgment, Justice, the King of Cups. Okay, I feel like there is something's being pulled away from you guys this week, Pisces, so that you can find the ideal relationship, security, stability, status that you're looking for. You're looking for this ideal situation and partnership. And in order to get that, there's something that has to be released so that you can find the strength of so that you can find the strength within yourself, so that you can, I almost feel as though there's a situation where you guys are, excuse me, where you guys are reliant on a partner. Rashmi, I'm on Pisces right now. There's a situation where you guys are reliant on a partner in some way, and you are having to have either your partner rescind whatever it is that you rely on them for. So if it's financial, they are removing their financial assistance towards you, or if it is emotional, they are pulling away emotionally in some way to where you are now kind of have the rug pulled from under you. This can go vice versa. This can be you doing this to your partner. You have the rug pulled out from you, so now you have to learn how to stand on your own and provide that for yourself. This is, I almost feel as though this is something that your partner has told you before. People have told you before. This has been a situation in your past relationship, something along that line where this is something that happens over and over and over for you. Or it might just feel really familiar because this is a situation from past lives that you've been dealing with. But there's a need for you to finally come into this, kind of rise up and come into this place where you're making a decision to no longer be, to no longer wait for others to provide for you in some way. And instead you have to kind of get to this point where you can provide for yourself. You can, for a lot of you guys, this is emotional dependency, and there's a need for you to come to a place where you can manage your own emotional state without having to burden other people with that responsibility. So essentially, it's all of our own responsibilities to manage our emotional states, and to, regardless of what's happening externally, your emotion, your actions that are based on your emotions are your responsibility. So there's a need for you guys to learn that lesson this week and to move forward with doing so. For those of you that are single, there may be a need for you guys to stay single for a little bit so you can realize that hopping from relationship to relationship is not going to bring you emotional fulfillment if these relationships are empty. For some of you, there's a need for you to find your own daily structures and practices so you don't always feel as though your emotional state or what you're doing is reliant on what everyone else is doing around you. There are a lot of major arcana cards popping up here: the Hierophant, the Sun, the High Priestess. We have the King of Swords. There's just a need for you guys to become self-reliant here. And for some of you, that's financial, and you need to be alone, or you need to have your partner leave you because they were the King of Cups and you never came up to match them, or you were never willing to compromise and get your stuff together. And again, this can be vice versa. So maybe you're leaving a partner, but there's a need for some kind of tragedy, seemingly tragedy, to happen so that you guys can come into your power. If you guys are single, this could also be just a realization maybe that no one wants to date you in your current state because you are not in a place personally to be dating someone. You're not what anyone would desire right now because you have to get your own self together for some of you. And a lot of that has to do with finances for some of you. And for others of you, I really feel like for all of you, it has to do with either your finances directly, like you need to be able to pay your own bills, you need to be able to live your, to finance your own life. But also for some of you, it deals with your sense of self-worth. Whatever you have going on there, whatever you feel as though you're worth, needs to change. I feel like some of you that are single are like pulling for scraps. I'm seeing like someone digging for scraps. And I feel like you are like getting to this point where you'll take anyone and you're like, why can't I find someone to date me? I'll literally date anyone. It's no one wants you because you're giving off desperation, the energy of desperation, and nobody wants someone who is desperate. Okay? So that is it, you guys. Okay, God, it was searching for my love for a long time. So apply those for you. I know there are a few messages in there, so maybe one of those resonates for you, and then check your other signs as well. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you guys would like a personal reading, the link for that is down in the description. If you guys have any questions, you can put them down in the comments. I do come and check the comments usually like 24 hours after the video is posted to see if anyone has questions, but also on Lada's website, on that same link that's in the description, there is an area where you can just send me a message and you can send something through there. If your question requires a reading, I am just going to direct you back to the webpage to purchase a reading. So don't ask me like, when is my lover going to come along or something like that. That would require a reading. But if you just have a question about something else, then, feel free. So thank you guys. I will see you next week. If you want to, on Tuesdays on Facebook, same time, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be going live and answering questions. So that's where you guys can answer tarot questions. If you can't purchase a personal reading, you can look for a free reading there. I don't get to everyone, but I try to get to as many people as I can. And also, I will be going on vacation at the beginning of July. So if you want to get a personal reading with me, like before the end of July, now would be the time to go in and get your spot reserved for booking for that. Okay? Thank you guys. See you next week. Bye.